Imagine that tomorrow morning you wake up as a person who has everything. Not a good salary, not a normal life, but literally everything. A huge house, an expensive car, money in the bank, connections, security, people who open doors for you, people who smile a little wider when they see you, people who reply to your messages faster than they reply to everyone else. You can buy almost anything you want, but there is one thing you cannot simply buy and lock inside a safe: status. And that is exactly what rich people are most afraid of losing. Because money can sit in your bank account. A house can stand behind a high fence. A car can be parked in the garage. But status does not live with you. It lives in other people's heads. And that is the scary part. Because anything that lives in other people's heads can disappear at any moment. You wake up in a house that most people have only seen in movies. Your bedroom is bigger than someone's apartment. Somewhere downstairs, coffee is already being made for you. Not because you asked for it, but because someone works for you and already knows how you like it. You are rich. Not just comfortable. Not just successful. Rich. Bills no longer scare you. A broken car is not a disaster. A medical bill is not the end of the world. A vacation is not something you save for over many years. So, in theory, you should feel calm. But inside, there is still anxiety. You are not afraid of having no food. You are not afraid of losing your home. You are not afraid that your card will be declined. You are afraid that people will stop looking at you the way they look at you now. And this is where the real problem of wealth begins. Money solves money problems. It gives comfort, freedom, and safety. It removes a lot of stress that ordinary people deal with every day. But money does not solve the problem of status. Sometimes it makes that problem even stronger. First, wealth feels like a miracle. You buy a better car. You move to a better neighborhood. You walk into a restaurant and no longer search for the cheapest thing on the menu. For a while, it works. You feel lighter, calmer, bigger. But then something strange happens. You get used to it. The house that once felt like a dream becomes just your house. The expensive watch becomes just a watch. First class becomes a normal seat. Luxury stops feeling like luxury. It becomes normal. And when wealth becomes normal, the question changes. Before, the question was, do I have enough money? But later it becomes, am I still important? Do people still respect me? Am I still above the people I compare myself to? Sounds ugly. But this is not only about rich people. This is about all of us. Humans are status-driven creatures. We were like this long before banks, stock markets, luxury brands, and private clubs. In the ancient world, status was not just about ego. It was about survival. If people respected you in the group, they listened to you. They shared food with you. They protected you. They trusted you. But if people ignored you or pushed you out, it was dangerous. Sometimes deadly dangerous. And that old system is still inside us. It still asks one old question. Where is my place in the group? For rich people, the group simply changes. When you do not have much money, you compare yourself to people who have a little more. When you become successful, you compare yourself to other successful people. And when you become rich, ordinary people stop being your comparison. Now you look at other rich people. A person who once felt powerful with $5 million suddenly walks into a room where $5 million is almost nothing. Someone has 50 million. Someone has 500. Someone came on a private jet. Someone owns the building. Someone knows billionaires and politicians. And the person who felt huge yesterday suddenly feels small again. This is why status is so addictive. It is not measured by what you have. It is measured by who is standing next to you. At that level, money becomes a language. Your car says something. Your neighborhood says something. The events you are invited to say something. The people who answer your calls say something too. Every object becomes a signal. Every invitation becomes a rating. Every silence can feel like an insult. And if your identity is built on being above, then even a small fall feels like a disaster. Not physical death. Social death. Imagine this. Every year, you are invited to an expensive charity event. For 10 years, you sit at the best table. People come to greet you. Young business owners ask you for advice. Then 1 year everything changes. Your company has bad news. One investment failed. Nothing terrible. You are still rich. But your table is no longer near the stage. The person who always came to you first now only waves from a distance. Someone jokes about difficult times. And in your old seat, there is someone younger, louder, fresher, richer. Nobody says, "You fell." They simply make you feel it. That is why rich people often protect more than money. They protect the story that money tells about them. For many rich people, wealth became proof. Proof that they are smart. Proof that they are special. Proof that they did everything right. Proof that the people who doubted them were wrong. So when the money starts to disappear, the story begins to crack. And when the story cracks, one frightening question appears. Who am I without all of this? That is why a person with $100 million can panic over losing 10 million. To an ordinary person, it sounds absurd. He is still incredibly rich. But for him, it is not just minus 10 million. It is a sign that he can lose, a sign that he is not untouchable, a sign that the ladder he climbed for so long can also go down. And the higher you climb, the more painful falling becomes. Status makes success louder, but it also makes failure louder. That is why many rich people keep chasing more, even when they already have enough. They chase more because more feels like armor. But the trap is that there is no final level. There is always someone richer, someone younger, someone more connected, someone who just walked into the room and took all the attention. You cannot finish this game because the scoreboard keeps changing. Deep inside, rich people understand. Status never fully belonged to them. It was rented from attention, from reputation, from timing, from access, from the opinions of people who respect you today and may forget you tomorrow. Money can sit in a bank account. Status lives in other people's heads. And anything that lives there can be lost. So the rich person goes to sleep in his huge house. The gates are closed. The cameras are on. The house is quiet. He is safe. But somewhere in the dark, his phone lights up. A message, a headline, a rumor, a number moving in the wrong direction. And for 1 second, an ancient animal wakes up inside him. The same one that still believes being pushed out of the group means death. And with enough money for 10 lifetimes, he feels the same fear humans have felt from the beginning of history. He feels himself falling. And maybe that is why this topic is not only about rich people. Because every one of us is also afraid of losing our place. Money matters, can make life easier. But if your whole value depends only on how other people look at you, you will never feel completely calm. Because you cannot control someone else's view forever. And if this thought made you look at success, money, and status in a different way, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. I make these videos not just about wealth, power, or people at the top, but about what is hidden deeper, the fears, habits, and mechanisms that control all of us, even when we do not notice it. If you want to support the channel and help me make more stories like this, consider becoming a channel member. Your support really means a lot. I already have new videos coming with the same kind of depth, but on completely different topics. I think you will also find something in them that connects with you. Thank you for watching until the end. See you in the next video.